Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for mid-July 2022. We're just going to jump right in here, Taurus, and we're going to see what is going on for you at this time. And, right away, I feel you have this card here. It says gestation period on it. And I feel like a lot of your readings have been kind of about you, I'm pretty sure in a reading recently, I said that it's almost like you're sitting on an egg, and there you go. I mean, that's basically what that would mean. And sorry, I'm dropping cards. Tower came out, but again, luckily I don't take pop-outs here, Taurus, so, but there could be some surprises. It actually looks like a pretty good reading. So, let's see. You start off with this Venus card. It says beloved on it. And you end with this Power of Purpose card, which I freaking love this card. This Power of Purpose card, really good card for focusing on something. A lot of the readings for the middle of the month have been about focus, but also a lot of the readings have been what I would call, more heart-based. I feel like most of them are like, if you can focus on this one thing and put your heart and soul into it, Ace of Cups right here, then you will be very successful. So for those of you working on projects, businesses, even just, if you're trying to like improve your health, anything like that, these are really good cards for kind of like putting your heart and soul into something. And you've all probably heard me say that, like right now, we can't just dip our toes in the water. We really have to commit to the things that, that we want to accomplish. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Queen of Swords here. There's a change in focus, but again, I wouldn't say, it's not like you're changing what you're doing. That's not what I feel here with the Queen of Swords. I feel like it's a more intense focus. So, there's like a certain level of intensity in this reading for you, Taurus, which I really like. I just feel very intense. I might not be showing it right now, but you have the Two of Wands here, and I feel like he's very intensely focused, and I feel the same thing here. She has finally gained clarity. I always say the clouds are only halfway up her body on the Queen of Swords, so she finally understands what to do. You have the Seven of Cups. But here's the thing. Yes, I understand that this is not a card of weighing your options. However, having said that, intuitively, I kind of feel like you have been weighing your options in the sense that Seven of Cups is a card of imagination. I feel like you've been doing a lot of imagining, like imagining what your life would be like if you went in this direction or that direction. You've been doing a lot of imagining and dreaming about, the things you desire to have in your life. Pretty much everything with this Venus card. Again, we are in a great time of, kind of this, Taurus, Uranus and Taurus energy, which I feel has a lot to do with our values and things that we value. I talk about this all the time, but it's super important for you because you are a Taurus. So getting clear on your values is something that I feel like you've been doing here with the Seven of Cups. The Five of Pentacles, I feel, is actually the motivation. Five of Pentacles could say you don't have things that you value in your life, or you haven't had some of the things. I don't feel like it's everything. I feel like you have plenty of things that you value, but there are some things that I feel like you desire with the Five of Pentacles that you maybe want to create, that you want to experience. And again, for you, Taurus, I feel it could have a lot to do with experiences, mostly because, it is my belief, according to Chris's crappy astrology here, that Uranus and Taurus has a major focus on freedom for you and wanting to be free. So, part of that is like to be free. If you wanted to travel and like have an experience, obviously you would need the resources to do it. So for you, I feel that a lot of these, the things that you desire could be a little bit more experienced based, like traveling, having a relationship, anything that you would consider an experience basically. Next, you have this Winter's Dream. This card says gestation period here on it, and I'm pretty sure in one of your recent readings, I'm pretty sure it was you. I mean, it was probably like last month, June or somewhere around there, where I said it's almost like you're sitting on an egg. I don't know, maybe someone will remember, but I've really been feeling that for you, and it's crazy. I just got this deck. I can't remember the name of it. It's not the Shaman's Dream Oracle, but it's the other the other Shaman one. I don't remember. It's this one. It looks like this, but. Anyway, I feel like you've been gestating and thinking and planning. It's kind of funny because this is a Colette Baron Reed deck, and she uses a lot of this right here, this spiral thing, like kind of looks like a shell. I think some of them are shells, but in a lot of her decks, She likes using that spiral, which is, you know, I don't know, it always captures my eye, right? But I feel for a lot of you, it's kind of like you've been sitting on something for a very long time. Like an idea on a direction for your life. You have the Ace of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Hierophant. I do feel that Ace of Cups, number one, could be love. Although I wouldn't really call this a love reading. You know, if you want love, as I always say, it's available to you. But I feel it's more about, it's more saying, make sure that if you're going to do something, that you're really going to love it, right? I keep telling people that, you know, the Ace of Pentacles keeps coming up. This card at the end, I'll show you in a minute, it always reminds me of the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is like a card of gestating, just like this card here. It is a card of like really need to take care of something, really need to put your heart and soul into something. There's a garden on it, and it's like if you don't take care of a garden, it dies, right? So I feel that if you're going to do something, like this is how you need to treat it, kind of like a baby, as if it were a baby, right? And I'm kind of surprised like the King of Wands hasn't come up here. To me, the King of Wands, he really takes care of something like a baby, like anything he does. It could be a project, a business, a health routine, whatever. He really babies things, but in a good way. You know, he really takes care of them. Next, you have the Four of Swords. Definitely like a recovery period. That could be why you're gestating. There's not so much action here. Actually, there is action in the future, I feel, because again, I feel this intensity on this Two of Wands. I felt it on the Queen of Swords as well. For some reason, I don't usually get this type of like intense energy, if that makes sense, but I definitely feel it here. And finally, you show up here with the Hierophant. I feel there are blessings coming in for you. He's making a symbol right here that represents receiving blessings or blessings coming in for you. So I do feel that there are some blessings, obviously, coming in for you here. And I also feel there's like a lot of success coming in for you. It's kind of funny as well because, you know, without getting too graphic here, it almost looks like a womb right here, you know, on the Hierophant. I'm not sure if that's actually technically, that might be part of the imagery and, you know, in the tarot, but it is kind of interesting to me that I'm really focused on that. And you have this gestating card, so it kind of just ties in with the whole you sitting on an egg, kind of like waiting for something to hatch in your life. Right here, you have the Power of Purpose. It's like when you have a purpose, you know, then you're going to be more successful. There are two cards, the Hermit and also the Two of Wands, that kind of remind me of something. They remind me of a Les Brown quote, where Les Brown says, you know, your reason why will be your rod and your staff to comfort you. Like, and what he means by that is like whenever you're doing something, like if you're doing something where you have a purpose behind why you're doing it, it doesn't matter if you're like successful, failing, it doesn't matter if people don't agree with you, you're going to do it anyway because your reasons are what supports you. You don't need external support. I feel like that's important here with the Power of Purpose. I feel like if you haven't already developed that, you know, that type of feeling in your life, I would, you know, look into doing that. And again, a great way to do it is to have a reason why you're doing something and developing a reason why you're doing something bigger than yourself. And I feel a lot of you could be doing that with this card. Again, also, obviously, it kind of reminds me of the Ace of Pentacles for obvious reasons here, this Power Purpose card. You have the Two of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. What are you waiting for, right? Knight of Pentacles, being too cautious. He knows everything that he needs to know. You have the Hierophant right next to him, also a card of education. But he has these oak leaves on his helmet here, and the oak leaf, it's not going to focus, whatever. The oak leaves on the helmet, they represent focus. And I mean, they represent knowledge and wisdom. So it kind of says that he has all the knowledge and the wisdom that he needs to get started. He just has to start planting seeds in those fields behind him. And that's what I feel like you need to do here with the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like it's time to get moving. Two Wands says it's time to get moving. You've been standing at the top of your castle here where he's standing, and now it's time to take the lead. I do like the Two Wands. It is a card of progress, so I do feel you're making progress at this time. And with the Two of Swords, you know, as I always say, to me, the Two of Swords is truly, you know, the Two of Swords has a lot of meanings, and none of those meanings are wrong, but to me, it's really a card about going where you've never been before, because she has this new island behind her here, and she's sitting where she has always been. You know, this is a card of coming to an agreement or trying to find a middle ground. It's also a card of not making moves because she is kind of like in a stalemate. She's not coming to an agreement. Maybe she's not coming to an agreement with herself. For you, the word that's popping into my head is vision. I feel this has a lot to do with how you see yourself. So if you're not making any moves towards something that you desire to have in your life, like starting a business or, you know, getting into a relationship, you might just not see yourself as a person who has those things. So I kind of feel like the solution is very simple. You just need to change how you see yourself, right? If that is the case. So let's see what is going on for you here. Sorry, I'm moving, and I only have this tiny little table for now, at the moment. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords about moving on to calmer shores. Definitely improvements coming in for you. The Six of Swords is also a card of kind of a rite of passage. And, you know, I don't normally say that, but you have the Hierophant here. And the Hierophant, you know, it kind of represents, he has 3 levels to his crown, represents 3 levels of initiation, which are initiation, apprenticeship, and mastery. And so I feel like it's like you are kind of have been going through a rite of passage. You might have been going through some difficulties and challenges. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. I like the Nine of Pentacles because it's almost like you finally have decided where to put your energy. Like I said, the power of focus. It's like if you're scattered, Seven of Cups, you have all these things that you want, you know, you're scattering your energy. But if you're very focused and you have the power of purpose, then you can become much more successful. She normally has 6 pentacles on one side, 3 pentacles on the other. The 3 pentacles are what she is willing to give to a situation. She always keeps 6 for herself. So for a lot of you, I feel you finally, you know, I'm kind of intuitively feeling this is more talking about what you're putting your energy into. Also, card of focus, she normally has a falcon on her arm, and the falcon in the tarot represents focus. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Eight of Cups here. Finally moving forward, I actually like the Eight of Cups personally. The Eight of Cups, it does warn against kind of getting sucked down emotionally. So it says if you're dealing with something emotional, or if there are things that are tugging on your heartstrings, so to speak, or if there are things that are affecting you emotionally, it does encourage you to avoid getting sucked down. And I do feel that for you here with the Eight of Cups, sorry. But I kind of like it because, you know, it's a card of walking towards fulfillment. It's a card of walking towards the Nine of Cups. So I feel like you're walking towards fulfillment here. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Magician. The Magician says you can have whatever you want. Kind of weird. I'm pretty sure almost every single person, I've done about half the reading so far, and I'm pretty sure everybody has had the Magician. So really, clearly, it's time to create a new reality, just in general, is what I'll say there. But I would use your powers of manifestation. He's also very careful with the words that he uses, and that's kind of what I'm getting for you, is that I feel he's more asking you to, you know, or encouraging you to be careful with the words that you use. The other thing I'm getting here is environment. Normally on a traditional magician, he has flowers in front of him, and it kind of represents like he knows the fact that he needs to focus on beautiful things, or he needs to focus on like love, Ace of Cups, and he needs to focus on those things to attract what he wants in his life. And we're not talking about love like a person. It could be, if that's what motivates you, but it could be loving nature, loving flowers, things like that. He knows that love is the highest vibration, and that's what he focuses on. So I would, you know, focus on that as well. With the Four of Swords, you have the Ace of Swords. Love it. 2 aces right here. I love 2 aces. To me, 2 aces is a definite yes to any question that I haven't answered, so yes. With the Hierophant, you have the Judgment card. Again, I'm pretty simple because I feel like you are very focused. You know, the Judgment card is about receiving a wake-up call, receiving a message. I feel like you're not really receiving a message, honestly. I just feel like you're, you know, I just feel like you're very focused at this time, Taurus. It's like you know what direction to move in your life, or maybe you have some really good ideas. I almost feel the Judgment card is actually saying don't hesitate. The people are normally standing in their coffins, which represent their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life, so I feel like it's encouraging to get moving. And here you go, with the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands. You have to be bold and assertive. Queen of Wands is like almost a card of something we have to do. It is a card of needing to be bold, needing to be assertive, needing to make some moves. So I do feel it's time for you to make a move here, Taurus, with that Queen of Wands. With the two of Wands, you have the King of Swords. Again, a card of kind of like making, sorry, my stupid iPad is being a nut right now. But anyway, it's like a card of needing to be focused, needing to be driven as well. But what I will say is, to me, he has like the most knowledge and wisdom out of all the kings in the tarot. So I would like use it. It's almost saying to me that you have, I kind of get those like fool vibes. Sometimes I feel with the fool in reverse, for example, to me can represent over preparation, being over prepared, and I feel that for you here, where it's almost like there's this over preparation where it's like you've been preparing to start something new. I feel like it's time to get moving. And so we'll see what this card is. Are you kidding me? With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Fool. Exactly what I was talking about. There you go. And the card that flew out there was the Wheel of Fortune. Love it. So taking a leap of faith will change your fortunes is what I feel like this is saying. It's kind of interesting as well. Like, this also kind of looks like the Wheel of Fortune. It's a wheel almost on that card. So I do feel there's a change in your fortunes, but it's not... Like, I don't think this is something magical, even though you have the Magician here. I feel like this is more something that you have created or have been working on, like a project, a business. For those of you that want love, it could also be a relationship that is changing your fortunes as well. But I feel like you're over-prepared. I feel like your intensity, I feel like intensity is the key in this reading. Like I was saying with the Queen of Swords, Two of Wands, I feel like if you are intensely focused on something, then it's going to be very successful. If you're not, and you can't be intensely focused, guess what? It's probably not for you. I feel like society, it tries to make us be like, oh, you have to be a lawyer, and then people go be a lawyer and they freaking hate it, and because who wants to be a freaking lawyer, right? I mean, I'm sure somebody does, obviously, but who really wants to be reading that much and writing and doing all that stuff? Boring, right? And what I would say here is that, I feel like if you can't intensely do it with like an intense focus, then maybe it's a clue that there's something better for you, or there is something else that your heart belongs to with this Venus card. So amazing. Love it. Thank you for being here, Taurus. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.